Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be working on doing the actual concrete pad. We got a couple hours of daylight. Yes, I'm starting late as per normal, and we'll be mixing it up and pouring it down. I'll show you the area right now. Yesterday we did the metal for the rebar. 18-inch centers by 16-inch centers is recommended for driveway, so that's what I did for this. Well, they wanted 18 by 18. I did by 16 just because it looks better. A little bit more closer to there, the structural wise, and that's what I had for the rebar. Anyways, so I'm gonna pour the concrete 2 to 3 inches. The rebar will be removed for that, and then I'll put the put the rebar back, and then I'll pour the rest of the concrete, the 2 and 3 inches left, because it's about 6 inches in depth. Some areas are about 4 inches at the minimum. Actually, none of them looks 4 inches. So 110 bags. I have more, actually I have more than that. That should be just over the amount that is required to do this area. That all being said, I'm gonna start getting the mixer going and pouring some concrete. Hose is nearby, we're good to go. Now we're mixing up the concrete, where we're gonna lay the first 3 inches of material, and then we'll be adding the rebar grid to go over top. Now this mixer is quite old. I got it online and it has done me well. I do have to replace the bearings. You'll notice the very unique noise it makes. As you heard there, that's the sound of a bearing going. I sped it up. This was actually a video, but instead of time lapse. But I'm just being gentle with the gridded rebar, and then I'll stamp it into place, make sure that it is fully immersed into the concrete, leaving no air bubbles. And as you notice throughout the video, I'll be using my stamper for getting the air bubbles out of the concrete. Right now I'm just kind of getting it lined up exactly where I want it to be. As you see here, the rebar is immersed into the concrete. I skipped over the part in the video where you see me stamping the actual rebar. This is about half of the concrete that's left, and I still have more to go. As we continue to mix, I'm watching the weather, and it is supposed to rain tonight. It wasn't, then it was, and then it wasn't, and then it was. So we're going to prepare for that a little bit later. I will move everything around, change everything up, and actually put an awning over top of this, throw some more tarps on top of that, and pray. That's what we're going to do. We're going to pray. But before that, we need food. Lunchtime. Gotta keep fed and continue on. Took some pictures, took a quick little video, as you'll see next, and I did that so that my friends can get a nice little update. Going forward, the belly is full, and we are just throwing down layer after layer of concrete. You'll notice that I keep putting the layers down and I mix it all about, and then I use the tamper, the hand tamper there, to push the concrete down, just to get all the air bubbles out of it as much as possible. And I'm doing this layer by layer because it'd be more efficient to spread it out. Well guys, I just lost my concrete chute, so I'll be fixing it in the next little clip you'll see here, and I move it every now and again to let the next layer go underneath it. That way everything all at once raises up. And the reason why I'm doing this is so that everything stays wet. But speaking of wet, I got a little shower and I'm like, you know what, it's time for the awning. So I grabbed some tarps, I grabbed my 10-foot tent or whatever, the canopy, that 10-foot canopy. And I tarped everything off. You'll see here that I'll be working a little bit with the concrete, and then I'll go work on the tarps a little bit, make sure everything is structured so that it will stay firm and secure when it rains later today. And it's going to rain. The reason why I continued to do all this was because, well, it's either do or die. And I just want to get a whole lot done. It's going to be raining the rest of the week. There's going to be thunderstorms and whatnot. I won't have any more time to do this or wait or figure out a day that I can give 48 hours to do this properly. Now the first 24 hours are most important with concrete. You want to make sure it stays above 5 degrees. And right now the temperatures are somewhat decent. I should have done this in September, but I'm doing it in October, so it is what it is. Going forward, I really didn't have a choice because work was really busy and they wouldn't give me the time off. So, well, that's what we do. And here we are for the shelter for the slab. Not too bad. There's a lot of imperfections, but you know what? It is what it is. Did the best I could. This is why later on I will be having somebody do some stamped concrete once everything is all said, done, and repaired. But this will give me the ability to put wood stairs in. So if you made it this far in the video, please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching. Peace. Sorry for blinding you. Here. Peace. Take care. So I took some quick photos, sent it to my friends, checked the weather. The weather said it was going to be drizzling a little bit later, but that later turns into rain. Hey guys, so as you can hear, it's raining. So we had a little bit of splash on here from the steps, basically the ricochet. Look at my light. Let me have it. Awesome, thank you. And you can see here, this is coming down from up top here. I've since fixed that, but there's still a couple of droplets that are going to happen. I really can't fix that. Over here, if I could show you guys, there's a little stream of water. And I'm hoping that this doesn't do anything, but we all know it will. That came from the top part there that it wasn't properly done, so I grabbed the tonneau cover off the truck to kind of do my best to stop that from happening. Tarp goes over top of it, and hopefully that'll be enough to stop the water from draining down that right there and across here. But so far, it doesn't look too bad. This area here, which is what I was more so worried about, has no issues whatsoever. I did drop the air hose thing in the reel, and I missed the pad, so I'm very happy about that. All in all, we're just doing the best we can. It's been ridiculous with the rain on and off, and I haven't had more than a couple days to be able to do this, so I said, you know what, let's just Hail Mary it, get it done, and here we are. So that little bulge up there, don't worry about that. That's not going to get any bigger, I hope. Obviously, worst case scenario, it could slip up and then the whole thing comes down. I don't think it'll get to that point. I am hoping. I didn't quite secure every single corner, but that's a hole in the tarp above it. Like that hole over there. I can't help that. It's right there somewhere probably. I don't know. Anyways, we're going to hope for the best. It's going to rain all night. It's really sad about where that's draining in the corner there. See, right there, it actually drains off to the side, which is what I planned when I did the all-day forming. But it didn't do that. It went forward and then came all the way down here to that point there to drain off the pad. But if the water would have been on my side, it would have just drained off the side there. But because, well, for whatever reason, they decided not to. On that same note, I'm going to get a little pole and dig out that little bit so that it will drain off to the right. Yeah, brutal. Really hope I don't drop my phone, but as you can see here, I have all that water coming down there off the pad. So hopefully it'll stop all right there and we don't have to worry about it. Hoping. So it's the next day after the rain, and we're taking out the tarps, putting them away all nice and easy. We're taking a look at the weather, and we're pretty good till about 6 p.m. tonight. So I'm hoping that the concrete will be cured enough, seeing as I finished 5:30 last night for pouring concrete. Tonight, by 5:30, it should have that 24-hour window where you should be allowed to walk on the concrete. We're not doing that, but it's good for foot traffic. So guys, it is the next day, and this is how our slab has fared. Obviously you can see where the water came down from over in the corner, get down this way to drain off. It drained well, there's no pooling, so that was really nice. So that means I put this all nice and straight the way it should be. As you can see, some soil fell over, a lot of soil fell over, a little bit of soil fell over, that's because of the rain. Again, I don't have enough time to actually figure this out in time for these kind of catastrophic problems. I did fix it in the corner there by digging out the wet stuff so that it would drain off where the obviously both slabs are designed to drain. That's originally how I designed it. So it's doing exactly what I wanted to do, just not in the time I wanted to do it. Anyways, this is as good as it's gonna get. Weather has been kicking my butt. However, that is kind of normal. So I'm gonna do the best I can and get this thing going again. Not sure what I want to do as far as keeping like a makeshift retaining wall for the wintertime. What I'm planning on doing is throwing a piece of plywood across here, right across there, and then I'm going to put some patio stones going across here just as a temporary thing because I don't have the bricks, so that'll be a next year kind of deal. As far as that corner right over here, that's another interesting one. I got to figure out what I want to do with that. I had no choice but to remove that retaining wall, and over time it's just been decaying really quickly. Yeah, so we're going to figure that one out, but everything fared really well underneath the makeshift awning I built, so I'm pretty happy with that, and as good as this can be. So I'd call this a win, even though it looks like butt.